Beaver County, Utah has become the home of next-generation geothermal projects, and the success of these projects is rooted in the developers' commitment to meaningful community engagement that builds trust and fosters long-term relationships.
The community and the county has opened their doors to geothermal development. Bringing development to rural areas is a little more difficult than it is in an urban area. It's important to involve more people because of the impacts in a rural area. Everybody talks to one another and everybody is impacted. So it's important as any type of energy development comes to a rural area to make sure they get out and talk to people in the community and just make sure they are letting people know what the plan is, what the impacts will be.
Utah Forge comes to Beaver County and get to go into classrooms and discuss geothermal energy with students. We present at the Beaver County Commission meeting. We also present at the Milford City Council meeting. We advertise in the local newspaper that we're going to be there. We also have had a town hall meeting where we encourage people to come, learn more about the project, find out what's coming down the pipeline, and ask any questions and raise any concerns they may have.
Some of the lessons that we've learned in Beaver County dealing with geothermal energy are to make sure they talk to people on that they receive input from more than just one or two leaders. Make sure that they are in the communities, that they are willing to give an education and be involved in the community.
And what has been really nice is they've come in and sat down and said, what can we do for you, instead of coming in and saying, we want this and we want that.
So as a farmer and rancher, we run cattle near the new Fervo site. When Forge and Fervo came in, there was a little bit of a learning curve with the cattle being open range. But the important thing that we learned is communication is the key part. I would get phone calls from guys on the site saying, hey, you have cows on site. And I'd have to tell them, well, yes, that's their house. If we need to mitigate that and put up a fence or do something different, then let's talk about that and we'll figure it out. And these guys, once we educate them, they've been really good to work with. They've been great to actually keep an eye on the cows for us, let us know if there's a problem out there. If there's a bad experience, it spreads like wildfire through a small community. And Fervo and Forge, they don't want any bad experiences. They want to make sure they're doing their part to make this successful.
Transparency and open communication between all parties is an integral part of Utah Forge and our outreach program. We come to the county at least on a quarterly basis. We are in constant contact with all of the stakeholders.
So the only concern that we've heard about through the drilling process for the geothermal wells is the possibility of earthquakes, and they do a good job of putting seismic monitors throughout the valley. And as soon as there's any seismic activity, they stop all drilling, and then they make sure that the earth is stable, and then they can continue. They do mitigate that very well, and there has not been any major seismic activity.
Where we address the difference between seismicity and microseismicity. Here in Beaver County, all the libraries are equipped with a computer that allows people to check seismicity across the state in real time. Anyone can look at it on their computer anywhere, but we wanted to make sure that folks who might not have access to a computer can still access that information.
I think the greatest benefit that this community is seeing from geothermal development is the partnership that can come with companies and communities. Fervo has been a firm supporter of community initiatives such as rodeos, city celebrations, even sponsoring things like the T-Ball League.
Everything they said they're going to do, they've done. It's been a fantastic relationship. From the time they approached us and said, this is what we'd like to do, we've had a lot of conversation with their legislature, how we can help, is there funding available, help them go through all the hoops, getting the permits and everything. It's just kind of been a joint effort with everybody on the county, state, and government level.
When any project is in a community, they simply must have community buy-in. They must be a part of that community. And for us, it had to happen. We would not be here. We would not be successful if we didn't have the support and the partnership of the teachers, of the families, of the librarians, of the members of the city councils, of the county commission, of everyone in this town. It becomes their project as much as it is our project.